Hi everyone, it's Donna Demko with Stamping Up. It's been a while since I've done a video. It doesn't seem like I get very many responses on my Facebook page or anything else, so I'm not sure anybody's watching them, so I just relaxed on them a bit because why produce them if nobody's watching them? Anyway, I did have a request though to do the card that I posted on my anniversary that I did for my husband, and this is one of the flip cards where this little part here holds the card together and you flip it open like that. This is really a delightful card because it's so much color, it's nice weight, and people just appreciate the fact that it's a nice quality card. But anyway, I am going to show you how to make the little minion to go on the front. And I didn't do the balloons at this time, but you can put anything you want here. A big heart, a big old star. And you can put your star if it's a kid's card or whatever. I just did happy anniversary, you're one in a million kind of guy. So let's go ahead and show you how to make this card. Now I did make this card out of DSP. I made this card before the new book came out in January. Or I'm sorry, in June. So this is one of the earlier books, which I love. Enough of that. Let me go over with you what we need to do this card right here. We need any kind of ink that you're going to be using to put your stamp, your sentiments on there. Let me try to turn this light off. There's a little bit of glare. But if you could see it, there are the sentiments on the front. And you can use pearls. I did little rhinestones here, but you'll need those as well. To do this little verbiage here for my little pop-up, I actually did use these two punches for, this is the word punch, and this I think is the fancy, which I don't know, I think this one might be retired. You'll have to check, or I'll have to check and I'll let you know, but I did use those two. If this one's retired, you can always find, I think there's another one out now, so you can, any of the labels you can use, but I'm going to use these two for right now on this one. And to make the little guy here, let's see, I have a shadow, my light's behind me, that's horrible. To make the little guy right here, all you have to do is this one punch. This one punch makes so many characters, it's unbelievable. It's almost like the keepsake, curvy keepsake, all the different characters that it can make, hundreds and hundreds. You never ever wear that thing out because it's the punch that keeps on giving, and the curvy keepsake is a little framelit that keeps on giving because you can use it in so many different projects. This as well. If you look on Pinterest, you can see all different kinds of characters to make with this. Well, today I am going to make the little minion. That is a minion. Sorry if my art isn't as good, but he is supposed to be a little minion, and my husband did love him, so it worked out fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to, with this punch, I'm trying to save time here, you're going to punch out two of the little owl bodies. And on one of them, you're going to take and cut the ears off here. Ouch. Poor little guy. But you're just going to round off that little head for the minion head. We're going to stick some little black hairs up in there. So you just want to take where I have those little dotted lines, you'll just cut off these little pieces here to round his little head. And that leaves his little body and his feet. You could even cut off a couple of toes there and round his little feet, shape or whatever you want. And then you'll do a second one, and you're just going to cut out on the dotted lines here to make his little arms. So those two will make his body. And then when you cut out, everything is on this, so you can see that there's three different sides of eyes here. Eyes here. And that's what I made his eye with, and there's the black for his little pupil, and this one was white and this one was blue. And then I did the little jacket here. The only thing I didn't use on this was the heart, and you could definitely put the hearts all over this card instead of balloons and totally just use this punch for it. But anyway, I took the little jacket here because you could dress this little guy up any way you want. I took it and, let's see if I can get it in frame here, I just cut across the edge here, so that we have a nice flat spot, and I made him little overalls. And I colored the little buttons on here. You can actually use little tiny buttons, which would be great, or you can use your rhinestones, pearls. You can color those pearls and rhinestones, you know, with your Sharpies and things, and color those up, and you can use that just to make a dimension here on the buttons. Or if you don't want to color little, I used my markers with it, but you can take the tiny little dots right here that you could punch out, the tiny ones over here at the edge, and make his buttons with as well. Anyway, let's get to it. So that's what I did, was I punched out a body, and I cut off the ears. So that's going to be my little body. I might need to get a white background here so you can see these things a little bit better. Let me give the sizes because we're going to start and build the card first. So let me give you the sizes on what to cut your sizes at. So if you have a pencil, you want to get that out, start writing down your sizes. So I put a little cheat sheet here. Not sure if you can see that really well, but I'm going to have one on each piece we do as well. Glue, multi-purpose is really great glue to have as far as moving these little pieces around so that you don't have to, you have a little bit of time to move them around before it dries. Or of course you can use your snail or your fast fuse. Fast fuse is really great. You put that thing down, it's not going to move anywhere. So hold on just a moment. Let me get some white paper for the backing here. And then we're going to go through and I'm going to show you the sizes to cut. Piece, we're going to get, this is crushed curry that I got here. And this is going to make your base of your card. And I just did him the same color as my little minion body. But you're going to cut two pieces. One piece is going to be at 8.5 and 4 1/4, and you're going to move in to 3 inches here and score it. So makes your first flap. Your second piece you're going to cut of your crushed curry is 8.5 by 3 1/4, and you're going to score that at 4 1/4. Now you put those instructions right back down there in the background. So this is going to be your base of your card. We're going to call this the base, and this is going to be called the insert. So when it fits together, just like that. Now this card you can find all over the internet, I think. There's a young lady who makes them on there. She does a lot of the Disney stuff. I can't, Shelley, I think Fabian or something like that. She does a lot of these, and she does them with the Disney. They're really, really cute when she does them. She has an eye for color. But these are found on Pinterest, on YouTube. So it's not a new card, and it's not something I invented. It's just a card that's been around, and it's kind of unique and fun. Excuse me. So we have our two pieces cut, and we have them scored. We're also going to want to go to our DSP paper, designer paper. We're going to need an inside right here that you're going to want to stamp your little message on, and that's going to be a white piece right here, and it's going to be 4 1/8 by 3 1/8, and that's going to be what you would be stamping your little verbiage or your little message on. Okay. For the front of the card here, we're going to cut 4 1/8 by 3 1/8 for your front flap. And you see this is reversible, so you can use whatever colors you want that coordinate. You're going to be using that size 3 times, so you're going to be using it for the inside of the white part of your card, the front flap, and then the base here. Right here. See that? This is going to be 4 1/8 by 3 1/8 as well. So you have those 3. Here's another one. 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. So you have 4 pieces here in corresponding colors, one of them being white, that you are going to cut at 4 1/8 by 3 1/8 for your card. Then you're going to cut a smaller one at 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then it looks like your last one here will be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that's going to be your inside of your card. So let's start building our card, shall we? Get that up there. Let's see if I have enough of my Tombow glue here. So that'll just leave me a little bit extra time to do my card. So I am going to take my first size here and place my paper. This one I did the chevron a little different direction, but it doesn't really matter. This was actually a scrap, so I thought I could use it since it was the same color. I'm going to put a little Tombow. All these products you can find on my website if you need to purchase at www.donademco.stampinup.net. You go ahead and go in there and purchase what you need. Or if you have it, get to cutting and start making a card with me. So this is what I like about the Tombow. You have a few minutes just to move this around. See that? And get it in place. Now we have our inside done. Before you go too far on this card, you may want to do what I did and stamp the back of your card with your little signature. So then you'd go back right here and stamp the bottom of your card. So let's just go ahead and finish up this side. I'll move this over so we can see where we are. We're going to do this panel right here. And that is our 2 7/8 by our 4 1/8. Both sides here are really cute. You do not have to glob this Tombow on there. It really holds nicely. And you do want to be sparse with it because if it does goop out, it is sticky even after drying. So we have that one on. And let's go ahead and do our front panel right here. So half of our card is almost finished. I'm going to look it up, and I used this color here, 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. And we'll put that right here. You can see how I just used the same paper, a scrap of it that I had left, and I just flipped one over. And all these pages, all this DSP paper, it just coordinates so nicely. So I'm going to stick this one right here. So we have our base finished. See that? Now let's start working on the inside, the insert. This is the 8 1/2 by 3 1/4 that we scored at 4 1/4. And on the inside here, we put the white on there. So let's get the white. You'll want to take and stamp your message on here first. I would do it at this point instead of waiting, because if you mess this up, once it's already on there, it's stuck. Go ahead and stamp whatever you're going to put on there on it now. That way you know it's perfect, color in what you need, and then you can go ahead and just glue that on in there. And you know it's perfect because it's already finished as far as your stamping goes. Okay. Here's where we use the other 4 1/2 by 3, 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. Remember, we have like 4 sheets of this. And I'm just going to place it, and you notice it's the same paper. I I just flipped it just like this green here. Uh-oh. Look at that. I didn't wait till that was dry and I moved it. No. Let's see if I'm going to wrinkle this up here. Everybody does boo-boos. May just have to cut a new one of these out, but let me see if I can save it for the sake of this video. What I would do in real life though is just get another piece of white so it doesn't look so bad. So when I say you can move around Tombow for a minute, you sure can, because that slipped right out. But let's wait for a minute, let that dry. Let's go ahead and put this one on. I'm running out of Tombow a little bit here. Thank God I have a whole drawer full of those things. I never like to run out. Alright. I don't slip that too much because I think that's what I did here. Alright. So on this side, this is our front flap right here. So if we close this up, hopefully it doesn't stick together. We're going to go ahead and put our front flap on there, which is 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. This is your fourth piece at that size. And like I said, you can use whatever designer paper that you have on hand and just have all the colors coordinate. I have seen this card done with so many different beautiful designer paper. You by no means have to use the kind that I'm using. And like I said, these are all scraps, so the pieces are kind of small. That paper is 12 by 12, so it's pretty large paper. You can even use the small packets of paper on this. Okay, so now we have our card finished, and we're going to, this is probably where I will use Fast Fuse. Give a couple runs across the back there, and you just want to try to fit it together and eyeball it. Oops. To where it fits nicely there. So now we have our card built, except for the front. Let's go ahead and do, it's hard to see when I'm not having my head directly over, so sorry about that. Let's go ahead and do our little label here. And what you will do is, I don't think I have anything in here that's small enough to put on this. This is where your Teeny Weeny Wishes stamp set comes in handy, because you have everything imaginable on that stamp set as well to go ahead and stamp your sentiment on the front here. Let me go ahead and put this together. And what I'm looking for on my table here, I don't see. So let's save those because we'll need those. But I need my Papa Dots. Here, I thought I was all prepared, but I think that I've used all my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. They're always deep beside my, oh no I didn't, here they are. Oops, don't need that one. If you haven't played with these, this is another to play with. The neutral candy dots. That would make cute little buttons on his overalls, or even his eyes. You know, you have the little black ones for the pupils. So anyway, let me break into this and get us some Stampin' Dimensionals, because this one I want to show you how to put this together. First I'm just going to take, you're going to stamp your sentiment on here. I'll wait and do it later because I don't even know what I'm going to make this one for. But, come on, just a little bit left of this Tombow. Go ahead. Stick that on your fancy label. And this is where you'll want to either put candy dots, rhinestones, or pearls on each side here. And I'll do that when I finish it up, but you'll see that I've done that here to dress it up. But you're going to put it right here on the end. So you just want to put, you want to put a Stampin' Up! Dimensional right here, Stampin' Dimensional, but you only want to put little half ones down here at the bottom because you want to leave it open in order for this piece right here to flip underneath there. So let's do that. And that's what these, hang on, I got a few here. That's what these edge ones here are great for, because they're already halfened for you. You don't have to worry about it. Look at that, they come off so nicely. So I'm going to put one, oops, at the bottom here. You could put 3 here, or if you can put as many as you want. I just want to make sure that I have it where I'm going to place it. So I think I want 1 here. I'm rambling, so I'm hoping that this is easy for you to follow along with. I'm going to put this way. See how I did that? You will if I flip it around there. But I left the space up here open because this is where my card edge is going to flip into, is going to rest in that opening there. So let me peel this off. And I'm just going to kind of fit it to the edge of my card there. Come on, little guy. I don't want any of it to touch down. There we go. All right. So you'll have your verbiage there, and then your card will be able to open this direction, and that this little flap here is what's going to hold your card closed. Isn't that adorable? Isn't that cute? Like I said, I'm waiting to stamp mine because I don't know what mine's going to be. So I'll have to send this out to somebody. Maybe I'll send it to the young lady who requested this video if I can get her address. Or maybe I'll just leave it blank and let her put her own verbiage on it and she can send it out. So you know who you are if you requested this. I know who you are. I don't know if you want your name mentioned on the video, but if you want this card, go ahead and send me your information. I'll send this out to you, and you can stamp it with your own sentiment inside and your own sentiment here and mail it out to someone you love. So anyway, let's get it. We've got the card finished here. So there we go. Let's make the minion, okay? Get everything out of the way. I'm going to keep the sizes there. Hopefully you can read that. So we're going to get a little minion body. And we're going to get his little overalls. Let's see, I made one each side because I didn't think I'll do that one. These are smaller pieces, so let me see if I have enough Tombow left. There we go. I'll take him off the card while we're making him. Let's put his little drawers on the bottom. And I just took 2 little pieces. I think this one may be, I might have used a softer, yeah, I did use a softer blue on the last one. But anyway, we're just going to take these. Let's see if I can get the tip of this clean. I just took 2 little pieces, scrap pieces. Oops. I took a black pen and put the stitching on there. Hopefully this is in focus. So I'm going to make little straps of his coveralls. Here. If I were smart, I would have got some tweezers out. Come on, fingernails. Work for me. And remember, when you're doing this, I'll be trimming off all the edges that hang out. And you can do that as well. Let's get his little coverall sleeve. Then you just want to take and trim those off. I'm going to make this little guy with one eye. You can make him with the two eyes or whatever character, whichever Minion character is your favorite. I happen to love these little guys, so they're all my favorite. I got his little hands here. Remember, we cut those out of this piece. Jeez, I hope this video is not 25 minutes long. I apologize if it is. So put glue on there. You can decide whatever way you want his little hands to be. We're going to pop him up with Stampin' Dimensionals as well, so he pops off that page. I don't usually like to make them two-dimensional because I like to, my family is way far away from me. They're in Missouri, Colorado. And all their little babies, my brothers and sisters, and their kids are grown up and they have babies, are everywhere. And you know who you guys are, all my little grandnieces and nephews. I love you. But I like to mail their cards out to them. So I don't like to make them two-dimensional because I want them to be able to pass through the mail. We are going to take just a scrap piece of black paper to make his little strap to his little, whatever the heck that is, glasses. So we just swipe a little bit on there, and then we'll trim this back as well. I want to show you a little trick with the eyeball, because you can do so much at this point and just explore and have fun with it and being creative. I told you can make this whole little guy with that Builder Owl punch, and you can see how he's come together so far. But what you do is for the, what did I do with my punch? Oh, here it is. I used all these little holes. This is the big one. I did in blue. So I do have a blue one here for the back of his eye. And then I did this one here in a white punch. Right there. And somewhere on this black my desk here is the little black pupil that you do with this dot right here. Now you can do that, or you can go and buy some of these little crazy eyeballs. See them, that they just swim all around inside there? You see that, my little crazy eye? And you can just stick that on top of your blue. Let me show you what that looks like. So I might do that with him. So we're going to glue our blue piece on, and then we're going to glue. This is so cute. You can get them bigger than this as well. This is just one that I had. But you can glue. My hand's just sticky from the tumbo. Glue that little eyeball on there. He's so cute. So let me put them together, then I'll bring him up close to the camera so you can see him. And I just happen to grab this blue, but you can use any blue that you have. I think that he's probably a little bit better looking in the lighter blue, but when it was requested last night that I do this video, I just cut my pieces out last night, and that's what I had on hand. So there he is with his little eyeball swimming around there. I think that's just adorable. It makes it almost a little tiny shaker card. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, he's cute. I love little minions. So anyway, I'm going to put him, oh, you know what? He needs hair. So let's not finish yet. I still have a little scrap of that black, when I did his strap here. I had a little strap of that left, so we're just going to make little, and we'll make them all different shapes. tiny little slivers of hair here. You can make up as many as you want or as little as you want. I may use some tweezers on this one to tell you the truth, if I can find them. So let's see if we could pick some of these up. His eyeball's sticking out there, so sticking a piece of hair there. Let's do a thin one. And I want it to kind of curl. Stick that there. I like these that curl just a little bit. I think we'll do one more. Give him a lot of a full head of hair here. I'm not sure which one, what kind of hair they have. I'm making up my own rules here. But this looks good enough. So there he is with his hair, and he's completely finished. You could put something in his hand. You could actually make one of these balloons fit over in his hand if you want. I'm going to wait to put something there because I don't have the balloons ready, but I don't know if I want to put, or maybe I'll let whoever gets this put whatever she wants beside him. If she wants to do a flower, balloons, hearts, stars, whatever, do your star. I'm not sure what she's going to want to do with him, so I'll let her decide. And she can put it. She may want to draw something. Who knows? Let's get him a few little dimensionals on him. And we're almost finished. Woohoo! This cute little card. It's a lot of fun. It looks complicated, but it's really not. And once you make your first one, you're going to be thinking of all different kinds of things to put on these and make them, because the cards are very versatile and they're really, really cute. And like I said, if you're doing this for a little boy, I would definitely put, you could put tools beside here, the Minions, or whatever you want. You put him over here. And then she can put whatever she wants right there. And her card is complete. Touch base with me, show me what you do with yours. And definitely, if you are going to get a punch, my biggest suggestion is to get this one, because there are so many different things you can make with them. If you're going to get a framelit, my biggest suggestion there, my opinion, would be to get the curvy keepsake. And you do have to have a big shot with that one. And you can buy a big shot on my site as well. Let me get that for you. It's at www.donnademco.stampinup.net. Get yourself a big shot, get yourself a couple punches, get you some DSP paper, and have some fun. Because these are, I guarantee whoever you send this to, my husband is 38 years old, and he loved the card. And I loved making it for him. So I think any age, this would be fun. You don't have to put a Minion on it. You can put anything you want. You can make it very sentimental. These would be beautiful in a darker color with certain DSP paper and make sympathy cards. It's beautiful. Wedding cards. They make great wedding cards. But anyway, go ahead and experiment with your DSP paper and making your, I think it's a joyful, I can't remember what the name of this card is. But anyway, it's nothing new. It's all over the internet. A lot of wonderful designers have made cards out of this, and now you know how to make one as well. I'll go ahead and I'll take these sizing. At the end of this video, I will have a page that will have all the sizes on there for you. I'll type this out for you so that you can just freeze the screen and use that to make your own. And once you have them all cut out, go all the way back to the beginning and watch the video, and I'll show you how to put it together. I'd love to see what you guys create and have fun creating. Thanks so much for watching.